morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Hello, YouTube friends. Hello, family. Look, there's the babies. Say hello. Hello, ladies. Quite a few new things. If you saw my footprints video, you saw the new plastic down. And the tomatoes are all ripped out. The eggplants were cut way back, and now I had a good amount of blooms. Oh, here, let me show you something before we go on. The pineapples, aren't they looking great? They're growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Golly, some of those look ready to eat, but they're not yet. Not yet. Soon. I also pulled out a lot of carrots. Not carrots, I'm sorry. Really, they're seeds. I'll show you those in the shed. And look at my Mother's Day gift. Isn't that lovely? Do you know what this is? I hope you do. See these little yellow things with green stripes? Those are pink lemons. We're gonna make pink lemonade here. And it's still, there's little ones. And it's blooming, the last few little blooms, and that's, oh, there's some down there too. So that's about it. It's got that beautiful variegated leaf. I love it. Really, I think I'm growing it just for the leaf. I love that. So, so beautiful. Here's my jaboticaba, and look, it is put on at least 3-4 inches of new growth just since I've gotten it. So let's go to my shed. Okay, come on. Alright. This place is kind of a mess, but I did a little picking up this morning, but not too much. We got all the Christmas decorations back out when my neighbor had brain surgery. And the COVID-19, pandemic, we were all in isolation, so I did kind of a cool thing, fun thing, and I got all my deer back out, my lights back out. But here it is May, and I'm not feeling Christmassy at all, so they're back in here, ready to go back in their boxes. So, let's see, and I have finally cleared my table. Oh, I promised I was going to show you those carrot seeds. So look at my childhood collection. It just sits in here so it doesn't bake in the attic. So here, let's see. Can you see that okay? There we go. So these are carrot seeds. And let's see, some are better looking than others. So I might have to take a picture and put it in here. So these are about ready to go to seed. And if you're following Florida weather, we're about to get a tropical storm in early May. How crazy is that? So I decided to bring them in here and let them continue drying inside. And then this is my cilantro or coriander seed. So those are ready to pick. They're about ready to fall off. I brought in all my little pots and doohickeys out there because the wind is just kicking up at least 20 to 25 knots. Oh, this is kind of fun. I found a place that sold fabric pins in bulk. So that's nice. I got 75 of those instead of trying to buy them 10 at a time at Home Depot. I still have some of those mystery pumpkins in here to cook up. Wow, they store really, really well, just like a Seminole pumpkin would. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so let's get to what oh no, wait, one more thing. Look, my birthday was right before Mother's Day. So my eldest and his wife got me this, and some of you probably already know what this is. Ah, there we go. It's a hori hori. Yes, it has dirt on it. I've used it, and you can tell how deep you need to dig a hole or plant a hole. It's got serrated edges over here, which are just awesome for cutting. Sometimes you have a twig or something, and then this is just plain old sharp over here. So like when I wanted to cut the carrot stems and stuff, I used my hori hori knife. So thank you, Matthew and Susie, for that. I love my gift, and I'm sure I told you in person, but I haven't said it on the video. So anyhow, hold on. Hey, so I am a former homeschool mom, but once you're a homeschool mom, you're always a school mom, and I'll probably be a homeschool grandma too. And you could say that I have a heart of a teacher, and it runs in my family. My dad still teaching in his 80s up at a college in North Georgia. And my sister's a teacher. My younger sister teaches music lessons and students at their store. And cousins, aunts, uncles, everybody's like teaching music or teaching something. So anyhow, so this is my version of it. I love music and I play music, but I didn't want to do that. So I picked another path, which then led me to homeschooling once I had my kids. So, okay, kind of stick with me here. My chickens, they're not lame or regular. They're very old girls. And I think their food has all the oyster shell and supplements in it. It should. That's what I was told when I bought it. But things still go quirky. And they usually, if they're going to go quirky at my house, they do it in that transition of spring when they're coming out of, they've been molting all fall and winter. Their systems are just quiet. Reproductive systems are quiet because they, it's shorter daylight and stuff like that, and they're just not laying a lot of eggs. So as they come out of that, sometimes they will throw something called a fairy egg or a fart egg. So look it up. I mean, don't trust just me. Look it up. It's a real thing on YouTube. Somebody told it to me and I was like, no way. And I looked it up. So yes, it's a real thing. I believe this was the first one when I was cleaning out the coop a couple weeks ago before. Oh, well, no, it was sometime, probably a month ago now. Well, that's been sitting around for a month then. So anyhow, since, the isolation happened, I was in there cleaning the coop. I found this in the corner. And I was like, ew, that's weird. But then that could be really educational and cool. So sometimes it's called a fairy egg, like a, little fairy. Or a fart egg, because, I mean, who knows? Do chickens fart? I don't know. But if they do, maybe they wouldn't notice something popping out that's this size. I can't say without laughing. Okay, that's so juvenile. But so I had one of those, right? And then not long after, she laid another egg. This is really strange. It's like a torpedo egg. I don't know if there's an actual name for it, but she's still misfiring. Obviously, that looks nothing like a real egg. And she, let me tell you, she's like 5 years old, just in case you're wondering. And this is an Americana. She's kind of my blue egger. Her sister had a little bit more olive in her eggs, and she's passed on now. So she was one of those hit by the possum raid. So that was another egg. And then recently, there is this egg, another fairy egg, but this one's much darker in color, as you can see, and it's much rougher. It has a really hard sort of calcification on its bumpy on the shell. So what I wanted to add to the party, because I know you can find this in other channels, but I wanted to see what was in these, and I thought maybe you'd like to come along with me for the channel. Now if I open it up, will you give me a thumbs up, because I sure need some thumbs ups. Thumbs ups. Okay, watch this. Okay, here we go. I don't care what it looks like. I don't know if it'll have a yolk in it or not. I highly doubt it, since it didn't develop well. But I just hope it doesn't stink, because if so, you're going to hear me retching in just a second. So this is the first one. Okay. Okay. Ah! Oh, okay. So it's completely empty. Were you expecting that? Because I wasn't expecting that. Here's the rest of the shell. It's actually pretty hard. Man, I'm just thankful it wasn't stinky and sulfurous and dead smelling. So it's completely beautiful. and empty on the inside. And this was never going to smell awful. That would have been really cool in like an Easter basket. If I had only known. There's zilch. Zilch, zilch, zilch. There's not residue or anything. It looks like it came from a store. That's pretty wild. Okay. So I'm not going to open up one of these torpedo eggs. I'm going to assume everything's okay on it. And just clean them up and have them for breakfast. I will let you know in the comments, or maybe across the bottom of the screen if I open that and that's bad. So here's egg number 2. Now I guess now I'm going to assume that it's the same way as the other. Holy cow, that's hard. Oh, okay. Again. Oh, okay. So look, can you see the difference? Okay. And there's absolutely, this one has white on the inside of its shell. It seems to have like a layer. Can you see that? How that's breaking off? Seriously, it looks like it came right from a store. That is so bizarre. This one has nothing, no white at all on the inside. I'm going to just keep, oh, it's a little bit more plasticky. Ew, so that's weird. Did you see that? So it looked like it was going to develop a yolk of some sort. Can you see that on the bottom? I hope you can. So it has something very weird. It's sticky. Ew, that's sticky. But it's not really too gross other than that. Excuse me. There's no smell to it. No smell to that either. That's pretty wild. Well, I always wanted to know what was inside there. If it was, oh gosh. Okay, it was so hard to open, and now it's like trying to flex. What is it like? I don't even know how to describe it. It's hard, but not hard. Like this part, the blue part is very hard. But this, the only way I can describe it is like, not that I know what a dinosaur egg is, but it's kind of, you can play with it like that. It's soft. Lizard skin. I don't know. That's really bizarre, but I'm glad you guys are with me for the journey. I don't know. Yeah. Different. Really, 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 really different. So while my channel really isn't geared towards kids, it's really just for gardeners. And if that includes kids, then I guess it does. I just find this to be pretty fascinating, and I'm sure kids would find it fascinating too, as well as adults. My boys were always into the gross things, bugs and worms and, so, you know, soil, moving dirt. They were like that as little boys. Now they're all grown up. But yeah, if you wanted to use this as proof, like if a child was doing a scientific project or, you know, one of those poster presentations for a science fair or something, and you needed some proof, feel free to use my video as a reference. I'm happy to share with the world interesting stuff like this. So anyhow, well, I'm going to continue getting the rest of this yard ready for this blow for the next 3-4 days. It's going to pass up the coast of Florida. Thank you for following me and watching me. Please give me a thumbs up. Comment, did you think that was going to happen? Did you already know that was going to happen? Because maybe you did. Maybe some of you smart people have already had fart eggs or fairy eggs and you knew what was going to happen. Thank you. God bless and have a great weekend. Bye.